Yo, what's going on? Chavo Guerrero Jr. here, giving a big shout out to Wrestling Rehab. Keep watching, keep listening, and viva la raza.
Órale.
All right, it's been a minute or two since I've been on live. Um, Goodness gracious, man, this wind is really picking up over here, and it is starting to rain pretty darn hard. Okay, so few things I want to touch on. Oh, it is Wrestle. We are on the road to WrestleMania. Yes, we are on the road to WrestleMania. Who is excited? Who is feeling it? Because truth be told, junkies, I actually am not. I don't know what it is, but I'm just having a hard time getting excited for this year's road to WrestleMania. Here we are. We're on the road. We're on the journey. We're already down the road. And I'm just kind of like, eh, still trying to get excited, still trying to get, in the groove of like, all right, it's WrestleMania season. Let's go. But I'm just not feeling it like that. I don't know if it's just me or if there's other people out there feeling the same way I'm feeling. I'm not sure. Hopefully, it picks up for me where I'm actually super excited for WrestleMania season. Because as it stands right now, I'm not. I am not. By the way, talking about WrestleMania, all right, depending when you guys are watching this, but today, February 16th, is your final day to get cheaper tickets to WrestleMania. For the whole weekend, for the whole weekend, tickets were off what, 25%? Something of that sort in Vegas. Now, I went to WrestleMania last year. I went to SmackDown. I went to the Hall of Fame. I went to night one and night two. The only thing I didn't go to was I did not go to Monday Night Raw. I'm not going to go this year. I thought about it. I thought about it, but I thought, you know what? Ay, ay, ay. Because of the big fumble of last year's WrestleMania, and maybe that's a problem. Maybe that's the problem with me, where I'm just kind of not feeling it. But because of that, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to keep my dollars in my pocket even though I'm sure this year's WrestleMania is going to be better than last year's. But Triple H came up with an idea because, from what I understand, tickets aren't moving as well as last year. So, for the whole weekend, and today's the last day, they went ahead and lowered the price 25%. To the best of my knowledge, for every ticket to WrestleMania was off 25%. So, if you think about going to WrestleMania, today's the last day to go ahead and purchase one of those 25% off tickets. So handle it and let me know how it was because I went last year and while there was a good vibe, just the way it ended was completely horrible. Gosh, it was terrible. Anyway, all that being said, you guys see the thumbnail on there. And we'll get to a little bit of what's going to happen on Monday Night Raw tonight. But Cody Rhodes, yes, the American Nightmare. Cody Rhodes advances to Elimination Chamber. Now, if you wanted some star power, I get it. You put Cody Rhodes on there. Sami Zayn, look, in all reality, I thought it would have been a better move to have Sami because then you got the whole, ooh, you know what? Maybe Sami does do it. Maybe Sami makes it. Maybe Sami does punch his ticket to WrestleMania to main event for the gold. which is all Sammy is after, right? He needs to win it just one time. So, had I been booking it, even if you're not going to put Sami Zayn at the main event of WrestleMania, you put him in the Elimination Chamber. Why? Because now there's that interest. Ooh, can Sami Zayn actually win it? Well, now he's not. He's not in the chamber. You put Cody Rhodes, which out of the three, out of the three, in my opinion, I thought Cody Rhodes was the worst choice to put in there. There wasn't really like a horrible choice. So I don't want to make it seem like, good gosh, what a gosh awful choice. Like, there wasn't a terrible choice, but I thought Sammy would have been the best choice. Jacob Fatu would have been another pretty good choice, even though I'm not sure anybody would really believe that Fatu would win to advance to go to WrestleMania. But just him being in there, I thought would have it would have made it cool. You know, you got Jacob Fatu, man, in there, the tough, rough guy. I thought it would have made it pretty cool. You get Cody Rhodes in there, and it's like, okay, are you trying to are you trying to get the fans to turn on Cody Rhodes? Are you? Because if that's what you're trying to do, then I get it. If you're trying to get the fans to turn on Cody Rhodes, that is. If not, then why are you having him win? You could have had Sami Zayn win. That would have been the right way to go. But all right, well, Cody Rhodes advances, and there's still the whole Drew McIntyre thing, which popped its ugly head on this match. So, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of unfinished business. It's not just a clean cut. It's not just Cody Rhodes just won. It's a clean cut straight away to the Elimination Chamber. No, there's a lot of nonsense going on. Drew McIntyre's in the mix and all this nonsense where I just thought, look, get Sami Zayn in there. If he doesn't win it, that's fine. But at least you got eyeballs on Sami Zayn going into the Elimination Chamber. Even if he doesn't win it, that's okay. That's all right. But you put more story behind Sami Zayn with like, oh man, Sami Zayn is that much closer to getting a shot at the title. He's not going to win it. I get it. But nonetheless, bring it close to his hands and he just misses it. But oh well. They messed up. They threw Cody Rhodes on there. So it's like, all right, I don't know, kind of sick of it already when it comes to Cody Rhodes. That's what I'm saying. Unless you want to turn Cody Rhodes heel, I don't know why you put him in there. But oh well. All right, fine. So be it. Before I get to Monday Night Raw, let me go ahead and get to this. Booker T. Booker T was voted the worst commentator. Now, I don't know if it's the worst commentator ever or the worst commentator right now. He's over there on NXT doing his thing. Now, worst commentator. Okay, so he's a color commentator. He's not the play-by-play guy. All right, so I guess you gotta line them up. Over the weekend, I was watching WrestleMania 6, right? Gorilla Monsoon and Jesse the Body Ventura. I mean, what a great 1-2 punch combination right there. Gosh, I don't think there's some great commentary out there. Great commentary. Jesse the Body is one of those guys, man. Booker T is no Jesse the Body, okay? Um, Another great one was JBL. That's another great one that just stuck out to me. Now, as far as Booker T, for what he doesn't do play by play. So if we're leaving the play by play guys alone and we're just talking about the color commentators like Booker T, we're not talking about play by play guys. Um, if you're talking about right now, just now, if you're talking about the WWE, then I would say, yeah, okay, I guess so. Maybe so. Not to say that he's doing a bad job. He was doing commentary on the main roster as well, quite a few years back, and he was doing a good job. But a lot of people took offense to it, and I'm like, well, are they talking about just right now? Or are they talking about of all time? Because we're talking about all of all time. No, no, he's not. He's not. And by the way, I don't even think he's bad. I think he's pretty darn good. But nonetheless, he was voted the worst, which I don't know if that's supposed to be like a shot. It doesn't mean that you're doing bad. It just means that the others are doing better. So is Wade Barrett doing better? Um, Corey Graves is obviously the top guy right now in that position. I'm not talking about play by play. Talking about in that position right there. Corey Graves is the number one guy. Some people didn't like Pat McAfee. I thought he was good, but yeah, some people didn't like him. So I don't know. What's your guys' thoughts on that? I don't. It doesn't need to be a big deal, but commentary of all time. I mean, JBL was really damn good. So was Jesse the Body. In my opinion, one of the most overrated, by far, one of the most overrated was Jerry the King Lawler. Some people might hate that because he was around during the Attitude Era, and he was always oh the puppies. But in reality, I don't think he was really that good. Without JR to carry it, I don't think he was really that good, man. Anyway, let's go ahead and see what's coming up tonight on Monday Night Raw. So tonight on Monday Night Raw, you got Gunther versus Jovan Evans versus Dominic Mysterio in an elimination qualifier match. Okay. Is there any surprise on who's going to win this match? Because I could tell you guys who's going to win this match. I could tell you guys exactly who's going to win this. And if I'm wrong, I'll come back and I'll say I was wrong. First of all, Jovan and Evans is not winning this match. That's for damn sure. You could just stamp that sucker. He's not winning that match. Dirty Dom, it'd be cool to see Dirty Dom in an Elimination Chamber match. It would be cool to see him in there. But he's not winning the qualifier. There's only one person that's going to win this qualifier, right? Obviously. And obviously, it's Gunther. Oh, Paul Hunter, Hurst Helmsley Levesque just loves him some Gunther. He loves him some Gunther. So Gunther will win this qualifier. Gunther will be in the Elimination Chamber. Now, is that what I want to see? No, I'd rather see Dirty Dom in it. I'd like to see Dirty Dom. Now, I don't think Dirty Dom wins the Elimination Chamber. Had he gotten in and qualified, but Gunther, oh yeah, for sure, he's winning this match tonight. And by the way, just look at just look at the opponents. Dirty Dom, mm, Jovan Evans, come on, come on. This is 100% Gunther winning this match and getting in there, and I'm gonna hate every second of it. All right. We also got Bailey versus Asuka versus Natty in an Elimination Chamber qualifier. Um, this one actually is a little bit more open to me. This one either comes down to Bailey or Asuka. Again, this is just to qualify for the Elimination Chamber. So it's just to put you in there to have a good match. I don't think anybody on this list actually wins the Elimination Chamber. Whomever wins tonight, I don't think anybody on this list wins the Elimination Chamber. But to go in there and put on a match, I think Asuka. Even though I would choose Asuka, I could see them giving it to Bailey, right? Have Bailey come out with the victory, give her a chance to get in the winning circle. You know, she wins tonight. It's like, all right, we got Bailey back in the winning circle, and all she is to eliminate Shimper. But like I said, whomever wins this match tonight between Natty, Asuka, and Bailey, whomever wins this match is not winning the chamber. Who will put on a better match? Asuka. Which is why I'm thinking Asuka's going to win this match. But I could see them giving it to Bailey. But you know, we'll see what happens with that. All right. Also tonight on Monday Night Raw, you got AJ Lee to address last week's attack by Becky Lynch. All right. Okay. They are definitely building this. AJ Lee is back. All right. She's back. She got attacked by Becky Lynch. And now she's gonna grab a mic, go out to the ring, and address it. Good. This match is somewhat building. I think it needs to be built as a fact of just, AJ Lee's coming down to the ring and it's like, okay, we got beef. Remember we got beef? Let's go. Let's do it. Now, let's keep building this sucker. Let's keep building it. Now, at first, word was that they're going to make this match at WrestleMania, but we are way, way, way far away from WrestleMania unless AJ leaves it to take another hiatus. If she's going to take another hiatus, I think this match has to happen maybe at Elimination Chamber, which is fine for me. I don't care either way. I'll be a-okay with it. But yeah, AJ Lee will be in the ring addressing the crowd, the fans, about on Becky Lynch. So, also scheduled to appear tonight, CM Punk, Logan Paul, Rhea Ripley, Oba Fleming, Stephanie Vaquer, and Becky Lynch. Wow, we were just talking about Becky Lynch. So yes, she will be in the house tonight as AJ Lee addresses the crowd. Will Becky Lynch get in the ring with her at the same time? I don't think so. So there's some footage going around of Finn Balor somewhat going babyface at a house show. And I first, not too long ago, I was saying, "Hey, I think Finn Balor is going to go babyface," and then he kind of ruined that. And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, no, I guess he's not going babyface." However, what's been showing at the house show is him actually going babyface with the too sweet sign. And as everybody knows, house shows is where they test things out. That's where they test things out. Like, okay, fine. Let's have Finn Balor. Let's see him do a little bit of baby face, and let's see how the crowd reacts. If the crowd reacts good, then we could test it on TV. Because for sure, house shows is where they go ahead, they test things out. Let's get the feeling of it. I mean, heck, that was a whole WrestleMania 8 problem. WrestleMania 8, yes, going way back there to WrestleMania 8. It was supposed to be Hulk Hogan versus Ric Flair, but because the house shows did not give a rat's ass about that main event, they scratched it off. Instead, they had the Macho Man versus Ric Flair, and they had Sid Justice versus the Immortal One. Which, speaking on WrestleMania, going back to WrestleMania, word is that because tickets aren't moving that well, looks like they're shifting some things around at WrestleMania. Certain plans are being shifted around and saying, like, okay, listen, we got to do things a little bit differently. So, whatever was set for WrestleMania, maybe not everything as planned is sticking all the way through. There might be some changes that they're looking to do for WrestleMania. Since tickets aren't selling the way they were selling last year, as we know, we got CM Punk versus Roman Reigns, and that is scheduled to be the main event for night 2. Well, and it should be. For dang sure, it should be. CM Punk versus Roman Reigns is scheduled for WrestleMania at night 2. So, whatever CM Punk has going on at Elimination Chamber, I mean, it speaks for itself. If they are going to go with Finn Balor turning into a babyface, I'm thinking he's going to have to turn, or not him turn, but the Judgment Day is going to have to turn on him. Because obviously he can't stick with the Judgment Day, which is a heel faction, if he's going to turn babyface. But if he does turn babyface, I think he needs to remain as a heel until he loses to CM Punk. And maybe that same night, maybe the next Monday Night Raw, but at some point right after Chamber is when Judgment Day could go ahead and turn on him, making him heel. I'm sorry, turning him from heel to babyface. I'll tell you guys, man, I've said this before. Judgment Day, I mean, I think their time is come and gone. I do. I don't really see anybody care about Judgment Day much anymore. Maybe just because Dirty Dom's on there, I guess. But that faction has, become a shell of what it used to be. And I mean, when you talk about factions, like, good gosh, man, a lot of these factions are just gosh awful. You get the Wyatt Six. Does anybody care about them? Does anybody give a rat's ass about the Wyatt Six? Because I don't. I remember when they're first coming out, it was like, oh wow, this would be huge. All the production they put behind them. And now it's just kind of like, whenever they come by, it's just like a faction of jobbers. That's what it is. It's a faction of jobbers. But we'll see what they do with them. Also, Solo Sokoa and his punk ass crew, like, I don't care about them either. And they're feuding with the Wyatt Six. I don't care what they're doing with those two factions. I don't. They need to start something up. Because those factions, especially the Wyatt Six, is just completely dying. It's completely dying off. But all right, we got Monday Night Raw starting. I don't know if anybody's noticed this, but SmackDown is actually longer than Monday Night Raw nowadays. I don't know how many people have noticed that. Monday Night Raw is not hitting the 3-hour mark. It's hitting sometimes just a little over 2 hours. Sometimes it's hitting like 2 hours and 10 minutes. Sometimes it runs 2 hours and 30 minutes. Sometimes it runs a little over 2.5 hours. But if you haven't noticed, SmackDown is actually the longer show and has been for a minute or two now. So, yeah. I said it before. I just preferred a 2-hour SmackDown. I did, especially because it's Friday. But oh well. Some people love it. I don't. Oh well. Let's see what's up on Monday Night Raw. We are on the road to WrestleMania. I want to be excited. I do. Believe me. I'm trying to be excited. I'm trying to really be in the moment and, really love and enjoy the road to WrestleMania. But I'm telling you guys right now, man, I'm not. But hopefully starting tonight with this Monday Night Raw, hopefully it can get me there. All right, you guys enjoy Monday Night Raw, Wrestling Rehab. I'll catch you guys on next one.
And